Incredible encounter. A little girl's heartwarming plea reveals stunning truth after mom's passing. Lily's world shattered the moment the call came in. It seemed like an ordinary Tuesday in their quiet suburban town until her mother, a brave veteran working 3 jobs, suddenly passed away. Heartbreaking cries filled the air, mixing with memories of her mother's laughter and warm hugs. Now, all Lily had left were those fading memories, drifting like leaves in autumn. The vibrant community around her, once a lively mix of neighborhood kids and weekend markets, now felt heavy, blanketed in grief. Before, her mother's dreams echoed everywhere, dreams of a better life, of Lily going to college, of family dinners with love baked in. Now, all felt lost. The boxes piled high in their tiny living room were a silent testament to sacrifice, the shoes that would never fill the houses of joy anymore and the photos of happier times that seemed to mock her sorrow. Lily's heart pounded. She was just 9, but she could almost feel the weight of responsibility pressing down. In her desperate search for solace, Lily found herself roaming the streets, her small hand brushing against shop windows belonging to people who had once been like family. An old bookstore owner, Mr. Jenkins, always had a special bond with her mom. His kind eyes glistened with unshed tears as he pulled her into an embrace, whispering, "She was a fighter, just like you, dear." He handed her a crinkled note, her mother's handwriting still fresh, urging Lily to chase her dreams and make the world better. That note sparked determination in her heart, igniting a tiny flicker of hope amidst the ashes of grief. Those days turned into nights, and soon, a small group of children gathered around Lily. They wanted to help. They made flyers and planned to honor her mother's legacy by restoring the community park, a symbol of joy that echoed with the laughter of countless kids. Slowly, the scent of blooming flowers began to blend with the echoes of joy. Their hands dirted with soil, they worked together, the bonds of camaraderie forming in their collective grief. As the community began to rally behind her, Lily realized the deeper struggles facing their town: poverty clinging like shadows, barriers that separated dreams from reality. Discussions at the town hall had been tense, filled with raised voices and unsaid words. But Lily knew she had to speak. She felt torn, her heart racing with fear and a burning desire for change. Taking a deep breath, her voice broke the silence. "We need to come together. We need to respect each other and give opportunities to everyone." A hush fell. "Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen." "Now let's continue," murmurs rippled through the crowd. Her plea was simple, yet it struck chords of recognition in burdens kept in silence. But as her community began to awaken, whispers of her mother's hidden sacrifices emerged. Once a beacon of resilience, she had fought against odds unknown to Lily. Each revelation only deepened the bond between Lily and her lost mother, a link forged in the fires of struggle. But just as hope began to take root, questions loomed over the horizon. Would they unite, or would the weight of their past hold them down once again? As Lily clenched Mr. Jenkins' note, she felt both empowered and scared, standing on the edge of change. Would her heartfelt call inspire others to rise with her, or would the stubborn grip of their reality dim the light of her dreams forever? Days turned into weeks, and the park started to blossom under the watchful eyes of children, parents, and neighbors. Lily could barely believe how something so small could spark change. Each morning, she rushed to the park, heart pounding with excitement as she watched flowers bloom, swings getting repaired, and laughter filling the air. Yet, she couldn't shake the anxious pit in her stomach, a feeling that everything could still slip through her fingers. One sunny afternoon, as she painted a faded bench bright yellow, she overheard a group of adults near the entrance. The familiar voices belonged to some of the town leaders, but their words dripped with tension. "We can't just throw money at the problems," one of them grumbled, arms crossed tightly. "We need a real plan." Lily felt her heart sink. She stepped closer, curiosity driving her, but she hid behind a bush, too nervous to interrupt. She had always admired these leaders. They were supposed to protect the town, yet their voices filled with doubt echoed louder in her mind than the children's laughter surrounding her. What about the issues in the school? Another voice chimed in. A new playground is nice, but what about the families struggling to keep food on the table? As they spoke about budgets and plans, all Lily could think about was her dream for change, a vision her mother had inspired in her. She wished she had her mother's courage. Her hands trembled as they took pause. What if she could remind them of their purpose? What if she could bridge the gap between their frustrations and aspirations? The determination to act surged through her. Without thinking, she stepped from behind her hiding place, voice quivering but firm. Excuse me. The leaders turned toward her, surprise etched on their faces. I think we need to remember what this park means to us, and to our kids. My mom always said that a community should be connected, like a family. Lily's heart raced as all eyes fell on her. She glanced around, catching sight of her friends peeking at her from behind trees. They were her support, her strength. One of the leaders, an older man with kind eyes, softened. And what do you think is the most important thing for our community right now, Lily? Suddenly more confident, she said, we should create programs that help families and kids. Like after-school clubs or food drives. My mom worked really hard to make this town better, just like so many families do. But if we ignore them, nothing will change. A murmur of agreement spread among the townsfolk, mixed with hesitant glances. Lily's small stance began to shine hope in their uncertain faces. She felt her cheeks flush red as she saw glimmers of realization ping-pong across their expressions. Some looked down, remembering the weight of their own struggles, but others nodded. Just as she thought she had struck a chord, another voice cut through the growing resolve. That's wonderful, Lily, but change takes money and time. We can't commit to something that might draw resources away from what we've already got. The doubt in his voice echoed harshly against her dreams, wrenching her heart. It seemed every step forward was shadowed by potential setbacks. But just when everything felt lost, Mr. Jenkins emerged from the crowd, an anchor in the storm. Lily's right. If we don't start somewhere, we'll never get anywhere. Isn't that what we all want? A better future for our children? He raised his voice, uniting others with his presence. Hope flickered back to life. Lily's resolve solidified. They couldn't let fear snuff out the spark she had ignited, and then, something unexpected happened. An elderly woman from down the street spoke up. I think I can help, too. I have some ideas for a community garden. Others chimed in, their passion awakening as they too saw the spark in a little girl's heart. As conversations ignited around her, the community stood upon the brink of transformation. But doubt still lingered as uncertainty reigned. Would this newfound momentum hold, or would the weight of their history bring them back to a standstill? Lily looked around at the hopeful faces. With one last deep breath, she took a step forward. Let us build our dreams together. Her words resonated in the warm air, but in that moment, a shadow crossed over Lily's heart. Did she have the strength to keep pushing through? Would she really be able to bring lasting change? The very future of her community stretched before her like an unturned page. Would the next chapter be one of triumph, or would fear write a different tale altogether? Lily stood at the center of the gathering, surrounded by familiar faces. They were her neighbors, former strangers now united by a shared dream, a vibrant park, a thriving community. Yet that nagging feeling in the pit of her stomach wouldn't let go. Would they truly rally behind her? The elderly woman who had suggested the community garden stepped forward, her voice wavering but full of fervor. I have seeds. And I know others who do too. If everyone pitches in, we can grow something beautiful. Something that will feed not just our bellies but our spirits. A ripple of excitement surged through the crowd. Lily felt a flicker of hope igniting in her chest. Ideas were bouncing. A father spoke up, I can organize a food drive. Every little bit helps. His daughter, a shy girl with pigtails, squeezed his hand and smiled, the first spark of confidence lighting her eyes. More voices chimed in, each idea building upon the last, a series of aspirations woven like a colorful quilt. But as the energy grew, the skepticism loomed ominously in the background. The worry in those cautious eyes still weighed heavily on Lily's heart. "Look," a woman said louder than the others, "I want to help, but we have to be practical. This is great, but we need a budget. How do we do that without cutting into essential services?" The air grew thick. Her heart sank as she noticed the tension creeping back into the group. Was all this effort about to fizzle out? She felt the urge to retreat, to stay hidden like before. But her mother's voice echoed in her mind, the one that urged her to stand tall, to be brave, even when it seemed impossible. With newfound courage, she raised her hands to get their attention. Maybe we can start small?" The whisper of uncertainty in her voice contrasted with the fire in her eyes. "We can hold events, partner with local businesses. They might want to help us, especially if they see so many of us getting involved." The leaders exchanged glances, and the old man with kind eyes nodded thoughtfully. "That's a good idea, Lily. If we show the community's enthusiasm, businesses often want to lend their support. But we need to give them something in return. They have their own struggles, too." Lily took a deep breath, sensing a turning point. What if we offered a family-friendly festival in the park? We could showcase local talents, maybe have a bake sale? Raise funds while also bringing everyone together. Her heart raced as whispers of enthusiasm fluttered in the air. The crowd began to pulse with excitement again as the ideas flowed freely. A plan stirred, a festival to unite them all. Just when it felt like a solid idea was forming, someone raised a hand. "What if we do this in memory of Lily's mom? She was always so giving." Tears welled in Lily's eyes, warmth flooding her heart. Her mom's memory would be part of this change. "Yes," she exclaimed, voice breaking. "Let us honor how she touched all our lives by helping others." As the voices rallied around her, Lily caught a glimpse of every smiling face, every hopeful spirit. It might not fix everything, but it was a start. They were no longer just neighbors, they were family, bound by a purpose. The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the park. Laughter erupted again as ideas morphed into a roadmap of possibility. But in the depths of her heart, doubt still lingered. Could this momentum endure? Would they band together when the reality of hard work kicked in? With the excitement clinging to her hopes, she chanted softly in her mind, "We can do this. We can do this." The reality of what was unfolding felt momentous, but Lily couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. As the crowd broke into smaller discussions, she stepped back, her gaze locked on the path ahead. Change was possible. But it wouldn't be easy. What challenges lay ahead, and could they sustain the spark they had ignited? Would they emphasize unity or fall back into the shadows of doubt when faced with reality? A life-altering journey awaited, but were they all ready to embrace it? The air was electric with anticipation as people exchanged ideas with renewed vigor. Lily stood at the periphery of the gathering, watching her neighbors come alive. This was the spark she had wished for. Yet, her heart still echoed with an unsettling rhythm of apprehension. What if it all fell apart? A sudden shout broke through her thoughts. "We should have a talent show." It was the small girl with pigtails, that glimmer of confidence still shining brightly on her cheeks. "I can sing." Her giggle filled the air, followed by laughter from the crowd. The suggestion hung there like an unspoken dream, and slowly, heads began to nod in agreement. The vibrant energy spread further and soon, people crowded around the girl, praising her and sharing their own talents. Some wanted to dance, others to perform magic tricks, while a few proposed storytelling sessions for children. "I'll even bake treats," the old woman said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "And I know a few recipes that could win hearts and funds." Lily couldn't help but smile. The bubbling excitement around her began to chase away her doubts. This community was coming together, each contribution a thread woven into their collective tapestry. Yet, an unsettling thought crept back into her mind. What if sustaining this enthusiasm proved more challenging than they anticipated? What if the grind of daily life extinguished the fire they had ignited? A quieter voice within her fought against these thoughts, urging her to embrace the moment. As ideas bounced around, she cleared her throat to regain the attention of the crowd. Okay, everyone, let us make a checklist of what we need to do. Each of us can take responsibility for something. Breaking it down will help us stay focused. Her suggestion was met with agreement, and soon the chatter resumed, morphing into organized chaos as everyone began to articulate their roles. The festival, now a living entity, began to take shape with each passing moment. When the discussions eventually settled, Lily felt a sense of ownership bloom within her. This was their creation, their celebration. In her mother's honor, they would transform the park into the heart of their community. Looking around, she caught the eye of her neighbor, Mr. Thompson, a retired teacher. He raised his brow knowingly and stepped forward. How about we have a community board where we can keep everyone updated? It'll help everyone stay in touch and on track. Perfect. Lily burst out, heat rushing to her cheeks. And we could use social media to spread the word. Ideas flowed faster now, building in momentum and potential. Just as spark-filled laughter returned to the crowd, a shadow crossed over Lily's heart. Her mind flickered to the fewer and fewer days she could spend with her mom. She could still hear her voice, "You can be the change, sweetheart. Just believe." It fueled Lily's determination. Her mother's spirit was with her, and there was no going back now. Suddenly, a familiar voice called out, a hesitant whisper from the other side of the park. "Are you all really going to do this?" It was Sarah, Lily's childhood friend, who had been distant since the day they lost Lily's mom. The crowd quieted as they turned to Sarah, eyes filled with curiosity, anticipation curling around every heartbeat. Lily felt a shift within her as she stepped toward her friend. Would Sarah join this journey? Or was she still too lost in her own struggles? "Sarah," Lily said gently, hoping to bridge the gap, "we're doing this together. There's room for everyone." The crowd watched, breaths held, as they anticipated an answer. The moment stretched, heavy with unspoken fears and promises. Would this be the moment that united them all, or would it leave them hanging in uncertainty? The energy crackled with every heartbeat, a silent plea echoing through the park's open spaces. And as Sarah looked toward them, filled with doubt yet yearning, a hush settled. A pivotal fork in their paths awaited. Would they step into the light together, or would shadows linger over those hopeful hearts? Sarah took a deep breath, her eyes darting around the crowd, absorbing the warmth and energy that radiated from her former friends. For a moment, it felt as if time had stretched, and the air remained thick with anticipation. An inner battle raged within her, every fiber of her being wanted to join them, to feel that spark of joy again. But doubt wormed its way into her mind, whispering of loss and loneliness. I don't know," she finally said, her voice trembling. The laughter and cheers that had filled the park seemed to dim, the magic of the moment fading into uncertainty. Lily stepped closer, the sense of urgency overcoming her own fear. "You do know, Sarah. We've been friends forever. This is what we always talked about, the fun, the laughter. It's okay if you're scared. We all are. But together, we can make something beautiful." The sincerity in Lily's voice cut through Sarah's defenses. Memories of laughter, sleepovers, and dreams spun in the air between them. Those sweet moments shared, fostered by friendship, tugged at her heart. "I wish I just feel so lost since your mom." Sarah's voice faltered, a wave of sadness crashing over her words. The park, once bustling with light and laughter, felt suddenly heavy, each person in the crowd looming over them like dark clouds. Lily's heart ached for her friend. "I know it's hard. I miss her too, Sarah. But I feel like this is a chance to remember her, not just in sorrow, but in celebration of everything she loved." The crowd listened intently, sensing the emotional weight of the moment. Eyes that were once filled with excitement now brimmed with understanding and empathy towards Sarah. "She loved bringing everyone together," Lily continued, feeling a lightness begin to float within her. "This is how we can keep her spirit alive. Each talent, each story, it's all part of her, and part of us. We can show her how much she meant to all of us." With each word, the tension in the air began to shift. Sarah's expression flickered, hope warring with sorrow. Her shoulders dropped slightly as she took a small step forward. But what if I can't do it? What if I let everyone down? Lily shook her head vigorously. It's not about being perfect. It's about being part of something bigger. Just being here, with us, is enough. We can support each other. Together, we'll figure it out. The crowd erupted with murmurs of encouragement. Mr. Thompson clapped his hands, rallying everyone to agree. Yes. This is a community effort. We can lean on each other. Sarah's eyes shimmered with tears, but a small smile began to emerge, as if a curtain was lifting from her heart. You really mean it? I can just join in? Exactly. Lily urged, stepping even closer. We would love that. It doesn't matter what you do. It only matters that we are together. That's the real magic. Just as hope began to bloom between them, a loud thud echoed as an empty crate filled with last year's decorations toppled over, scattering across the park lawn. Laughter erupted from the crowd as a few children rushed forward to play with the fallen items, breaking the solemn mood and making everyone chuckle together. In that moment, Sarah laughed too, the sound lightening her spirit. She felt the first stirrings of acceptance, realizing it would be okay to step forward. But just as everything seemed to align, a distant figure caught Lily's eye, tall and familiar, standing alone at the edge of the park. The figure's face was partially hidden by a baseball cap pulled low, but it sent a wave of disbelief through her. Could it be? Every emotion from joy to confusion coursed through her as she squinted, trying to capture the fleeting image etched in her memory. Was it really who she thought it was? Wait a second, Lily whispered aloud, her heart pounding once again, but this time with purpose. She turned back to Sarah. Hold that thought. I need to check something. The crowd looked on with curiosity as Catherine's voice echoed in the air, mirroring Lily's racing heartbeat. Who was this unexpected visitor, and what could they unveil about the past? Lily took off toward the figure, her pulse racing as uncertainty swirled within her. Each step felt heavier, a mixture of excitement and hesitation battling for dominance. The crowd faded behind her, their whispers replaced by the pounding in her ears. Was it really Catherine? After all these years, could she have returned? As she neared the edge of the park, a gust of wind rustled through the trees, carrying the familiar scent of grass and summer blooms. The figure turned slightly, tilting their head to the side, and in that instant, Lily felt a rush of recognition. It was Catherine, the sparkle in her eyes hidden beneath the cap, but unmistakably her. Lily? Came a soft voice, tentative yet warm, pulling Lily closer like a magnet. Cat. Oh my God! Lily shouted, unable to contain her joy. It really is you. Catherine smiled, a shy but genuine grin that melted away the years. She had changed, of course older, more mature, but the essence of the girl Lily once knew remained. I know it's been a while, Catherine confessed, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. I didn't know if I should come. I wasn't sure if you'd want to see me. Of course, I wanted to. We all missed you. Lily exclaimed, glancing back towards Sarah, who watched with wide eyes. You have no idea how much everyone has missed you. We're planning a celebration for your mom. Do you want to join us? Catherine's expression shifted, shadows crossing her face. I heard a little about it, she replied quietly. I wish I could say I'm ready for that. I don't know if I can face everything again. The wind picked up again, rustling leaves creating a cacophony of soft whispers around them. There was a moment of silence before Lily spoke, her voice steady and supportive. You don't have to be alone in this. We're all feeling it. It's overwhelming, but together, we can get through. It's a chance for healing. As Catherine contemplated, her gaze drifted to Sarah, still standing a short distance away, her emotions raw and palpable. The connection sparked something deep within her. After all that had unfolded, perhaps this was the time to stand united, to share their grief and memories. I'd like to help, Catherine finally admitted, hope creeping back into her voice, lighting up her features. I want to remember her, too. She meant so much to all of us. Then let us do it together. Lily said exuberantly, the earlier ease returning. She reached out and pulled Catherine into a quick hug, feeling the warmth of their shared history flood them both. Just then, a commotion erupted at the gathering behind them. Laughter drifted in and more children ran past, their faces painted with delight. The pressure in the air shifted distinctly, drawing Catherine and Lily back into the moment. "What's going on over there?" Catherine asked, her brows knitted in curiosity as she stepped ahead to gauge the scene. Lily followed her gaze just as the crowd parted, revealing a group of kids surrounding a small figure, one child holding a bright, hand-painted sign that read "Celebrate with us." But then, the figure turned, and a gasp escaped Lily's lips. "What?" she murmured, stepped back instinctively as the crowd fell silent. In the middle of the group stood a little girl, her eyes shimmering with innocence and purpose. "We're here to bring everyone together and celebrate," she cried out, her voice ringing with sincerity. "Because that's what Mom would want." Lily and Catherine exchanged glances, heartbeats quickened, troubled and intrigued. What was this? How could a child hold such wisdom? As the little girl locked eyes with Sarah, her small but impactful words sent ripples through the crowd. What truths were about to unfold? Would the real celebration begin here? The atmosphere buzzed with a strong mix of wonder and tension as the little girl stood there, framed by the towering adults around her. Her small frame commanded attention, her barely trembling voice cutting through the uncertainty that enveloped the park. Lily's heart swelled with emotion while she felt the weight of countless memories flooding back, the laughter, the pain, and the love they all shared. Catherine took a small step forward, her eyes fixed on the girl. "What's your name, sweetie?" she asked gently, her voice softening as she knelt to meet the child's gaze. "Emily," the little girl replied, her confidence momentarily wavering but quickly restored by the kindness she felt from Catherine. "Emily, do you know what you're celebrating?" Catherine continued, intrigued by the girl's bravado. "Mom always said we should celebrate love," Emily explained, looking up at the adults with wide, innocent eyes. "Even when it's hard. She didn't want us to be sad forever. She wanted us to feel joy." The child's words landed heavily in the air. Each syllable resonated so deeply that Lily could almost hear the echoes of the past surrounding them. Catherine's expression turned thoughtful, her brow furrowing as if she was grappling with something profound. "That's amazing, Emily," Lily added, kneeling down beside Catherine. "What kind of celebration do you have in mind?" "We could decorate the park, play games, tell stories about our moms. We could make it a day filled with laughter and joy," Emily exclaimed, a glow of childlike exuberance restoring some of the lightness to the gathering. Lily exchanged glances with Catherine, whose eyes began to shimmer with unshed tears. The words the little girl spoke were an invitation to lean into hope rather than retreat into grief. Every adult standing there was enchanted, yet mixed with feelings of melancholy. Could they really do it? Could they celebrate what they had lost while remembering the love that had defined it? A flicker of hesitation crossed Catherine's face, now battling the shadows of doubt. "But isn't it too soon?" she murmured, her voice shaking. Even as she spoke, she clawed back the smile fighting to break free. "Mom would want us to remember her, not forget," Emily said, her small fist clenching as if to emphasize her certainty. "She always found joy in little things. If we celebrate, we can share love instead of sadness." Lily's heart raced. A surge of warmth washed over her, igniting an unshakable resolve. "We can create a day where memories overflow, where we share our favorite moments and laughter. It can be healing. For all of us." "Imagine the stories," Catherine added, her voice growing stronger. "We could bring pictures, play her favorite songs." Lily's mind raced with ideas. The seed of a plan had been planted. Everyone stood on the brink of acceptance, ready to walk into the light together. Just then, Sarah took a few steps forward, finally breaking her silence. "I didn't know if I could do this," she said, voice trembling yet resolute. "But if Emily believes we can, then I think I want to try it too." The crowd stirred, feelings bubbling to the surface. Hope began to ripple through the group as more voices joined in, whispers of support bouncing around. Suddenly, a loud cheer erupted from somewhere at the back, and adults began nodding. It was as if Emily's simple declaration had opened a door to healing that everyone had been waiting to pass through. As laughter mingled with tears, the mood shifted. They were no longer trapped in sorrow, they were moving forward together. But just as the crowd started to buzz with ideas for the celebration, the air grew thick again with a pressing question. What would happen when they finally confronted the true weight of their grief? Would they be able to continue this celebration, or would old wounds threaten to overshadow their newfound hope? The clock ticked on, uncertainty lingered in the air, leaving everyone eager to discover what revelations awaited them on this path of remembrance. Lily's heart raced as she looked around at the adults gathering, each face a mix of hope and uncertainty. It was clear they were all feeling the weight of Emily's words, but now she felt the urgency to take action. "Let us make a plan," she said, her voice strong and steady. "Let us honor the love we've lost and celebrate it. Emily, would you help us?" Emily's eyes widened with delight. "Really? You mean it?" "Absolutely," Lily replied, feeling the warmth spread through the group like wildfire. "What do you think we should do first?" "Let us start with decorations." Emily clapped her hands, exuding an energy that was contagious. "We can make banners and balloons. Colors that make us happy." Lily nodded enthusiastically, her mind racing with possibilities. She could see it now, the park filled with vibrant colors, laughter, and the sound of kids playing. It was more than just a celebration, it could be a revival of their spirits. As the adults began to gather closer, sharing their thoughts and sensations, Lily looked to Catherine, who appeared lost in thought. "Do you have any ideas for what we can share?" she asked, her eyes widening with hope. I think we should bring pictures," Catherine finally said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Pictures of our loved ones. Show what made them special." Emily's face lit up. "And we can tell stories about them. Like bedtime stories, but in the daytime." A chuckle rippled through the crowd. Memories started to float to the surface, faces smiling in snapshots, laughter echoing in shared stories, love woven into every moment. Those moments could be the heart of their celebration. "I know we can do this," Sarah spoke up again, her earlier uncertainty now replaced with excitement. "We could create a memory wall. Each of us could pin up a memory or a photo and share why it means so much. It would be beautiful." The adults exchanged warmer smiles, the tension in the air softening just a little. Ideas began flowing faster now, potluck-style food, games, maybe even music. They were determined to transform their grief into something bright. Before long, a group formed, with Emily at the center, hands flailing in enthusiasm as she shouted suggestions. It was a beautiful chaos, like a whirlwind of hope rising above sorrow. But beneath the laughter and excitement, Lily felt a twinge of apprehension, a nagging thought that refused to be ignored. What if, when the laughter faded, reality came crashing back in? Would they really gather the strength to confront their loss? Yes, they would. Emily was right, they would not forget. Not today. They could celebrate love, they could keep their memories alive, and in that space, they might find healing. As the plans came together like pieces of a puzzle, the agony of doubt remained. But with Emily's naive determination lighting a spark, others joined. Catherine laid her hand on Lily's shoulder. "You believe in this," she said, her voice steady, rekindled. "You believe in Emily's vision." Lily took a deep breath, inhaling the spirit of the moment. "If we can invite joy, we can also invite healing," she replied, her heart swelling with renewed purpose. Just then, a gust of wind swept through the park, sending leaves spiraling like confetti. Everyone turned their eyes upward, startled yet amused. Somehow, the moment felt like a promise, a sign that this new chapter was beginning, and they were all part of it. But as they continued to plan, an unexpected silhouette appeared at the edge of the park, watching them. A figure from the past, or a stranger bearing unknown truths? Whatever it was, one question lingered in the air. What did they want, and would this encounter derail everything they were starting to build? The figure lingered in the shadows, still and silent, as the frenzy of color and laughter spun around the park. Lily felt the hairs on the back of her neck prickle. She turned her body toward the newcomer, curiosity and unease battling for control in her chest. "Who is that?" Sarah asked, sensing the shift in the atmosphere. The chatter around them faded, whispers now flowing like a soft stream. Emily, ever brave and curious, piped up. "I think they look sad." Her innocent gaze was fixed on the silhouette, her small face a mix of empathy and innocence. Lily squinted against the afternoon sun that cut through the trees like golden arrows. The figure took a step forward, revealing the contours of a face marked by the weight of loss. It was a woman, her eyes darkened with shadows of grief, reflecting a pain that seemed all too familiar. "Excuse me," the woman's voice trembled, a mere thread woven with hesitation. "I heard laughter and I just wanted to see." Emily stepped up, undeterred by the tension. "We're planning a celebration. For love and memories." She bounced on her toes, her enthusiasm shining like a beacon. "Do you want to help?" A moment passed, thick with uncertainty. The woman's lips trembled as she fought to contain her emotions. "I lost someone too," she confessed. "My daughter." The revelation struck like a bell in the stillness of the park. Lily's heart ached, a shared wound. She felt the air grow heavy with sorrow, yet in that heaviness, something else stirred, an opportunity for connection. "Come," Lily invited gently, taking a step toward the woman. "You can share her memory with us. We're all bringing pieces of our loved ones together." The woman's eyes flickered with surprise, struggling to comprehend the kindness extended to her. For a moment, she hesitated, unsure if she could trust this group of strangers. Yet something about Emily's innocence and Lily's warm presence soothed her. "I'm Ava," she said quietly, as if daring to embrace the moment. "Ava," Emily echoed, clapping her hands in delight. "You can help with the memory wall." "What was your daughter's name?" "Her name was Grace," Ava whispered, her voice thick. The name hung in the air, resonating with both joy and heartbreak. "She loved butterflies and sunshine." Lily felt the edges of her own heart soften. "We can make butterflies. Bright and colorful." "A way to honor her spirit," she suggested, feeling emboldened by Ava's participation. Tears collected in Ava's eyes, but a small smile cracked through the grief. "That would be lovely," she breathed, yet uncertainty lingered in the depths of her gaze. Emily grabbed Ava's hand, her tiny fingers warm and assuring. "Let us do it together. We'll make it the most beautiful celebration." As they all began to brainstorm together, the clamor of laughter rose once more, knitting the group tighter. It felt as if Ava's sorrow and the community's joy twirled around each other, creating a tapestry of resilience. Yet, amidst the camaraderie unfolding, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that this encounter was just the beginning. Ava wasn't just a stranger, she carried her own story and secrets, things that could unravel or deepen their shared journey. What if, Lily thought, her heart racing again? What else is hidden beneath the surface? The wind picked up again, rustling the leaves and carrying a sense of foreboding. Ava had come here seeking solace, but what else would she bring? Would her presence heal more than just her own loneliness? And while Emily painted a smile across her face, Lily couldn't help but wonder how many more stories were waiting in the shadows of their grief, ready to intertwine with theirs. This wasn't just a celebration anymore, it felt like the spark of something much larger. What would it mean for them all when the truth about their pasts began to intertwine? Lily stood before the community, heart pounding. The sun dipped low, casting a warm glow over the park, illuminating smiles and hopeful eyes. Excitement buzzed in the air, but a part of Lily remained cautious. They had begun to weave a tapestry of healing, yet apprehension lingered. Could this all truly blossom into something lasting? As laughter bubbled around her, Lily felt Emily's small hand grip her own, radiating unyielding hope. "We can do this, Lily. We have to remember and celebrate." Emily tugged her forward, weaving through the crowd. They approached Ava, who was surrounded by newly formed connections and warmth, her initial hesitance melting away like ice in the sun. Amidst the swirling excitement, Ava recounted stories of grace, sharing snippets of joy that danced in the air. Emily's bubbly enthusiasm sprinkled the crowd with inspiration. Let us make butterfly crafts. Every wing could tell a different story about love. We can decorate the memory wall together. Each whisper of her ideas echoed the contagious spirit of hope, awakening the crowd's desires to create, to forge connections in honor of those they loved. Lily smiled wider than she thought possible. She felt her heart thumping with each shared story, each moment of laughter. It was more than just a celebration, it was a balm for their aching souls. Just like her mother had always taught her, finding joy amidst sorrow wasn't just okay, it was necessary. Throughout the evening, people began working together, laughter and chatter merging into a symphony of healing. They forged plans, combining resources, pooling talents, creating a festival that encapsulated memories. Decorations popped up all around the park, colors splashing joy against the dusk sky. Looking up, she spotted Catherine, Sarah, and Ava conferring near a large poster board, drawing visions of their gathering together. As Lily admired the scene, she felt a surge of gratitude. This could become a living tribute, proof their love for one another would never falter. In the distance, she saw Mr. Jenkins, gathering supplies with the same tender-hearted spirit that had once hugged her tightly. The same spirit he shared with her mother, amplifying a beacon of resilience they had both represented. The community had truly come together, each a thread in the fabric they were creating, yet, just as hope filled the air like blooming flowers, doubt crept in. Would this burst of energy last? Would they support one another when the festival ended? Would they remember that joy could bridge their sorrows? Lily felt restless, her heart racing with fear. "Lily!" Emily called out, pulling her back to the present. "I have a surprise." The crowd turned to see what awaited them. In Emily's hands was a small, folded piece of colored paper. "It's a butterfly I made to honor all our moms," she said, face glowing with pride. "And there are others." As more children joined, they held up their own creations, vibrant colors representing love, loss, and the unity they all desperately needed. A wave of emotion washed over her. With each new butterfly, they grew lighter, their burdens etched into the fabric of their memories. Lily took a deep breath, her heart filled with rapture. This was true healing. "Let us hang them on the memory wall," she suggested as she felt exhilaration bubble up, laughter swirling through the gathering. "Let us cover the wall with bright reminders of everything we've lost and gained." Together, they began hanging the butterflies, each fluttering piece a testament to shared memories and budding connections. They pinned each creation carefully while sharing stories, weaving lives into a rich tapestry that promised to not only remember but to celebrate. As night fell, the glow of lanterns illuminated laughter and memory, and a newfound strength gripped the hearts of all who stood together. Lily could see at the churning of possibilities, the connection that had been reforged. Their shared grief, once a heavy shroud, gave way to a blanket of love stitched together with hope. At that moment, a realization washed over her. This wasn't just about their mother's legacies, it was a promise to continue being there for one another. They would stand united, facing whatever storms might come, and then, looking toward the horizon, she understood that this was just the beginning. Love would guide them, revealing strength in adversity. As they all stepped back, gazing at the wall, a quiet hush fell, punctuated only by the murmurs of shared laughter and the memories filling the night. Together, they had transformed sorrow into a kaleidoscope of joy and hope. This was their legacy, a reminder that even amidst loss, there is love, life, and laughter waiting to be embraced. Now, as the closing moments of this chapter settled in, she turned to her friends and community with a radiant smile. This is just the start. Let us keep celebrating together. And as the echoes of joy rang through the park, Lily felt her heart swell. Wrapped in warmth and friendship, she took a deep breath and welcomed the future with open arms. Now it's your turn. Don't wait another second. Subscribe immediately to my channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Comment your reactions and feelings about this ending. Let's spark a conversation. Share this video instantly with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. You need to show your support. Together, we can spread hope and inspire healing.